Bets.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today's a new day and we are looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Also, take a moment to hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 550 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. Now, today we will be getting into the NBA's Friday slate of games, and for our first pick, we'll be headed over to the PRA tab, and this time we'll be taking Morant for less than 35.5 PRA. Now, taking a quick look around Outlier, we see that this line, Morant, has actually failed to exceed in 8 of his last 10 games, including in 2 straight games. Additionally, this line Morant has failed to exceed in 65% of his last 20 games, as well as in 16 of the 26 games he's played this season. Now, Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies will be facing off against New Orleans Pelicans defense that this season has been pretty awful overall, ranked near the bottom of the league in defending each of the PRA categories, giving up a fair share of points, rebounds, and assists to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against opponent point guards, the Pelicans are pretty much just the same. Again, not defending PRA totals very well against this position and giving up plenty of scoring opportunity, rebounds, as well as assists to the point guard position. However, with the many injuries that the New Orleans Pelicans are facing in this game, missing most notably Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, and even Zion Williams is now out again, DeJounte Murray even being questionable, we are expecting a high chance for blowout in this game, for the Grizzlies to rest their starters early, and for Morant not to have enough time to reach this line. Now, taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Morant is not getting as many minutes as you would expect from a starter, under 30 minutes per game over his last 10 games, and Morant has not been shooting the ball as efficiently as he has in the past. Over his last 10 games, just 44% from the field on just over 15 attempts per game. His three-point shooting has absolutely been abysmal, 29% from behind the arc over his last 10 games on over 5 attempts. And while he is getting a solid amount of potential assists as well as potential rebounds per game, we feel his scoring would be most necessary for him to exceed this line. So coming into this game, especially with the high chance of blowout, we aren't expecting Morant to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now, on his career, Morant has had some solid PRA totals across the board. However, this season he has taken a bit of a step back, 21 points per game, about 4 rebounds, and just under 8 assists per game. A significant drop across the board in each of his stats. And coming into this game, we are expecting a similar output from Morant and for him to fall below his line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Morant for less than 35.5 PRA. Now for our next play, we'll be headed over to the 3-pointers made tab, and this time we like McCollum for less than 3.5 3-pointers made. Now, taking a quick look here on Outlier, this line may come as a bit of a surprise to some of you, as McCollum has actually only failed to exceed it in 5 of his last 10 games. However, this is a line McCollum has failed to exceed in 60% of his last 20 games, in 4 of his last 6 matchups versus the Memphis Grizzlies, as well as in 20 of the 31 games he's played this season. Now, McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans will be facing off against the Memphis Grizzlies defense that this season has been pretty average overall when it comes to defending the perimeter, giving up a fair share of 3-pointers allowed to their opponents overall. However, when it comes to defending against their opponent's shooting guard specifically, they are actually ranked top 3 in the league, not allowing very many 3-pointers from the position. Here's Memphis defensive numbers against opponent point guards for those who want to see that as well. Again, ranked lower, but not giving that many 3-pointers to the position as well. But overall, we aren't expecting McCollum to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look at his minutes, we see that McCollum is getting a solid dose of minutes over his last 10 games, over 33 minutes per game. We would like to see this a slightly bit lower to be taking his under on it. And McCollum has been shooting pretty well as of late, 43% over his last 3 games on over 9 attempts. However, on the season, McCollum has not been as great of a 3-point shooter, averaging right around 37% from 3. And with how well he's been shooting from behind the arc, we are expecting a slight bit of regression to his season averages in this game, and for him not to reach his line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking CJ McCollum for less than 3.5 3-pointers made. Now, for those of you wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we wanted to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is DeJounte Murray for lower than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as LaMelo Ball for lower than 0.5 double-doubles. And if you like making picks on the traditional PRA stats, but also want to have access to making picks on things like double-doubles as well as triple-doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as $1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all the free picks, discounted player props, and promos that they're dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. Right now, they do have this Patrick Mahomes 0.5 total yards player prop. Make sure you guys go lock that in so you guys aren't leaving any money on the table. And again, if you aren't already on Underdog, sign up using code BETBLITZ, claim your free pick and bonus cash, and trust us, your profits will increase. Now for our third play, we'll be headed over to the rebounds plus assist tab, and this time we like Jaren Jackson Jr. for less than 9.5 rebounds plus assist. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line, Jaren Jackson Jr. has actually failed to exceed in 5 of his last 10 games. Additionally, this is a line Jaren Jackson Jr. has failed to exceed in 60% of his last 20 games, in 5 of his last 6 matchups versus the New Orleans Pelicans, as well as in 33 of the 42 games that he's played this season. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Memphis Grizzlies will be facing off against the New Orleans Pelicans defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' rebounds and playmaking, giving up a fair share of amount of rebounds as well as assists to their opponents overall. However, when it comes to defending against opponents' centers, rebounds, and assists, they are ranked significantly better, not giving up very many assists. And if you watch Jaren Jackson Jr., even for his center, he is not that much of a rebounder as he spends most of his time out on the perimeter. Here's New Orleans' defensive numbers against opponent power forwards for those of you who want to see that as well. But overall, especially with the high likelihood of blowout in this game, we aren't expecting Jaren Jackson Jr. to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Jaren Jackson Jr. is getting a solid dose of minutes over his last 10 games, 32 minutes per game. And one of the things we do want to point out about Jaren Jackson Jr. is the high number of fouls he does get per game, averaging near 4 rebounds or 4 fouls per game. He is a player who has been fouled out pretty much in a lot of games he's played over the course of his career. So even with his solid minutes, there is always a chance with Jaren Jackson Jr. for him to foul out of games, get in foul trouble, and mess up his rotations. And again, with the way he plays, spending most of his time out on the perimeter and the high likelihood of blowout in this game, we aren't expecting Jaren Jackson Jr. to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now, in his career, Jaren Jackson has not been that great of a rebounder, especially for his position this season, averaging just under 6.5 rebounds per game. He is not much of a playmaker, 2 assists per game over about halfway through the season. So again, despite New Orleans' poor defensive numbers, defending playmaking and rebounding, and with the high number of foul attempts and foul trouble Jaren Jackson Jr. normally gets into, we aren't too concerned about the minutes that he is getting, and we do expect him to fall below this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Jaren Jackson Jr. for less than 9.5 rebounds plus assists. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment to hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 550 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And also let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video weren't enough for you, make sure to check out the outlet by clicking our link in the description below. These guys are the premier sports betting community. They've been hitting like left and right, cashing people out constantly. And right now, when you use code BLITZ, you can gain access to this premier community for 15% off. So go give these guys a look. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.